What's up, everybody? I'm Mckenty. This is my second channel, and this is your home for my Twitch highlights and my podcast. So if you like this and you want to see more of that and you want to join the live streams, there's a link to that in the description of this video. And with that out of the way, let's get into it. This is the new song by Whitechapel called Anticure, and I'll be curious to see how this stacks up to their most recent single, which is called Kin. And that was quite a departure for them. This is Whitechapel, the band who really made their name as one of the big four of MySpace deathcore. And they are still heavy, but clearly got a lot more rock, right? This was like their last single, Kin. Straight up, power ballad. This is like the song that every metal band did back in the 80s and 90s about being on the road, about how much they miss their family back home, with all the black and white footage of the tour bus going down the street. It's not for me, that more rock stuff, but I respect it. I'll give you my thoughts on that, but first, let's listen to this. I have not heard this song, so I actually don't know what to expect from this. This is a real reaction. Oh my god, dude, holy shit, fuck! So yes, staring out the window, writing down notes. Sounds like they're doing more of the rock stuff. Yes, they all just copy Motley Crue Home Sweet Home, and I'll allow it. That's right. I mean, these guys are from Nashville, or Chattanooga, whatever, from Tennessee. It's in their blood. Tennessee boys. I mean, Phil is a great fucking vocalist. No question about that. People freaked out about the clean vocals, and I get it because it is a big stylistic change for them, but what are you gonna do? Keep making the same fucking music for 15 years? Uh-oh, yes. Are they in a warehouse? Good question. Are they gonna headbang in a warehouse? Where are they from? Are they from Knoxville? Memphis seems like a shithole. I've never been to Memphis, but it seems like an absolute shithole. Okay. I'm impressed. Phil was still is one of the best deathcore vocalists of all time. One of the only people who I would put up there with Mitch as far as just like crazy ability. Extreme deathcore vocals are pretty much a completely different skill set from these kind of clean rock vocals, and he's really fucking good at both. That is some serious talent. Who is that on drum? Is that Alex Rudinger, or is that just someone that looks like him? Yeah, I agree. It's a little theory of a nickel creed. I agree with that. People laughed at me when I said that Whitechapel went butt rock, but they kind of did. I mean, what else would you call this but post-grunge butt rock? That's what this is, which doesn't mean it's bad. Just means this is, indeed, post-grunge butt rock, which I would say is actually really impressive. This is good butt rock. I mean, how many bands could do deathcore and butt rock well? There's a lot of bands that have tried to go butt rock, and almost all of them suck. Bring Me the Horizon is obviously one big example that did it well. I can't really think of any others. That's a tough fucking transition to make. This is good. This is fucking good. I do not love this kind of music, and I don't know that I would choose to necessarily listen to this if I was at home by myself, but this shit is good. Straight up. Whether you like this or not, you cannot fuck with the fact that they did it really, really, really well. And now he's doing sort of in the middle, almost like these Corey Taylor type vocals. And, I make fun of Corey Taylor's boomer antics kind of sometimes, but he is a ridiculous fucking vocalist too. Nobody has a better, hard rock growl than him. And, my first thought when I heard this is oh shit, Phil sounds like Corey Taylor. Yeah, exactly. How long has he been able to sing that well? Has he had this in his bag the whole time? That's my question too. Oh, that is Alex. Okay. I gotta say, Alex Rudinger, the drummer in this video, is fucking incredible. He is fucking ridiculous, man. That guy, he can do anything. I'm curious what people think of this. I haven't looked on the deathcore subreddit, but anytime a heavy band incorporates clean vocals, there's always a segment of their fan base that says, I hate it. They should just keep playing heavy shit, rah, 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 which I get. I say that all the time too. But there are times where there's that select subset of bands where you're like, man, it would be a shame if they stayed heavy forever because they clearly have more to offer. Bring Me the Horizon is an example of that. Opeth is an example of that. I would say Whitechapel is that too. I didn't love some of their other stuff, but I gotta say, man, this is fucking good. Phil is a ridiculous fucking vocalist. I mean, everyone in this band is really good, but it is crazy that he was and is so good at doing those deathcore type vocals, those extreme vocals, that he can also do the cleans, that he can do the Corey Taylor shit. Man, this impresses the shit out of me. What's amazing to me also is that, you know, they went to, as I've talked about many times, they went to number 14 or whatever it was on with This Is Exile, which was from 2015, I think, 2013. You know, you would have thought that that was their peak because it's crazy that a deathcore band did that. But I could 100% imagine this being like big on Octane or, you know, whatever these butt rock stations are. 100%. Like, you could play this next to Stone Sour and Slipknot and those same fans would eat it up. And what an amazing transition that is to go from early Whitechapel just brutal as fuck to potentially having like an Octane hit. And I hope they do, because they deserve it. They've worked hard for a very long time. I've never heard anything but great stuff about the guys in the band. I hope they do. I love those like reverse whammy dives. Exactly. This is just more accessible, and I could easily see this being bigger than anything they've ever done. But that was my thought too. And I actually think the video works. You know, I always talk shit about bands playing in a warehouse or whatever. I think it works in this one. Is it the most original thing? No. But I actually think it works. Like, it feels, I hate this word, it's so corny, but it feels intimate. Feels like I'm sitting there in the practice room with them, which is probably what every band thinks that they're doing. But 99.999% of the time when you make one of these practice space grungy warehouse videos, it's just boring. But when there's genuine emotion behind what you're doing, I think that's the difference. And I don't want to speak out of turn because I don't want to get the details wrong, but I listened to a podcast with Phil talking about some of the stuff he went through when he was a kid, and it was pretty intense shit. And so I think that's probably part of what I'm picking up on, is that anytime there's genuine emotion behind what you're doing, it's going to work. And I think a lot of these bands that go butt rock do it because they think it's more commercially accessible, or, you know, they think that this is going to take their career to the next level. I get the sense that when they're doing it, it's because this is what they actually want to do, and because they believe that this is their way to express an emotion that you can't express in deathcore. The stuff he is saying here, and I don't mean the words he's saying, but I mean the emotions that he is expressing, you can't express these emotions in deathcore, right? So if this is something that the band wanted to get off their chest, that's something that they wanted to say, they had to change styles to do that. And I think it's cool that they did, because this is fucking good. It's true, Danny Warsnop could pull this off. We need more vocalists with range like Phil and Danny. Well, good luck with that. People with that kind of talent don't grow on trees, but I agree. Man, Phil is fucking good. I'm impressed. This is crazy. Morgoth says, I can't imagine going through what he went through. Truly heartbreaking, and always wears it on his sleeve. Brave man. That's the thing. When you've been through that kind of stuff and you share it honestly, it will connect with people and it will help them. I appreciate that, because, you know, this kind of music, there's a lot of people who listen to this stuff that have been through a lot of serious shit too. And the fact that he's willing to talk about it and address it will help people, and I appreciate that. It is a little bit long. I agree with that. Well, there we have it. That is the new song Anticure by Whitechapel. I'm into it, man. I really am. And that's rare, because I usually hate it when bands go butt rock. Not that I expect them to be heavy or whatever, but just usually when they go butt rock, it's just kind of boring and uninspired, and you feel like it's like, oh, well, they're just trying to get on Sirius XM now or whatever. But in this case, man, they fucking pulled it off. Hats off to them. I'm especially impressed with Phil be able to do so much vocally, man. That is no fucking joke. And more than anything, what I am responding to here is that genuine emotion, that I feel like there's something he really wants to say, and I don't know exactly what it is, but I don't have to understand the words to feel it. And I think that's when you know you're really doing something, is when, you know, you don't have to read the lyrics to get some sort of an emotional connection to it. So hats off to them. I'm stoked. I'm officially a fan of this. Nice work, my friends. I hope this turns them into the next Stone Sour. That's what I hope. I want this to be the biggest thing that they've ever done, because they've worked hard. They deserved it, and it's fucking good.